Hi, how are you? My name is Paul. I have a food blog. It's www.thesustainablelarder.blogspot.com. I just love everything to do with food. I love shopping for it, I love preparing it, I love cooking it, and I love eating it. So what I want to do is for people looking to get into a bit of home cooking is to go down through the basics. So we're going to go for things like pizza dough making, which we're going to do today. There's going to be pasta making, make your own pasta. Then things like, preparing fish, how to fillet a fish, how to pin bone a fish, and how to fry a fish basically, or cook it, whichever way you're doing it. So it's the basics in home cooking. It's, as I say, if you want to get into your cooking, this is a good way to start. You can refer back to this, you can get the recipes on the blog, and just to see how easy it really is. Now, homemade pizza, for me, is fabulous, okay? They're nothing like what you would buy. Even buy out in a pizzeria, they're nothing like you would buy. These here, they're thin base pizza, which I prefer, and they're just beautiful. So we'll go through how to make up the dough. So there's only 4 ingredients go into the dough, and that's 500 grams of strong white flour, 300 mils of semi-skimmed or skimmed milk. I use skimmed. Here's 7 gram sachet, already pre-measured out for you, of baker's yeast and a pinch of salt. So what we're going to do is we'll add in our already measured out 500 grams of strong white flour. Pop that in there and make a wee well just in the middle. Like so. Now I have the milk already heating here. Now you only want this sort of lukewarm. It's basically just to dissolve. You see we have steam coming out there. It's just basically to dissolve the yeast. So we open our yeast sachet, pour that in. Make sure you get it all in there. And just give that a stir around. Just let it dissolve. Doesn't have to be totally and utterly dissolved, but you can basically see there it is dissolved. So I'm going to pop that into our well. She's made. And over here. So pinch of salt. You don't have to be exact. Just give a wee bit of flavour. Now stir in all the ingredients with a spoon in your large mixing bowl. And it'll be going out in the counter now in a minute, and we'll work with it. We'll knead it, stretch it out, knead it, make sure we get the yeast fully mixed through. And the kneading sets off the yeast, it mixes right into the flour, and it'll set it off and start the whole rise in action for this. So give it a rough mix around, basically looks like that afterwards. So with our flour then, you want to just, on the work surface, clean work surface obviously. Like so. This all right onto it. Again, pop that over there. Now, this is where the fun begins. Now, most recipes will tell you to knead this for 10 minutes or so. To be honest, anytime I'm making it, which is a lot, because I love it, I will work it for 2 or 3 minutes max. I mean, it'll still rise, it'll still be 100%. Different if you were making bread now or whatever, you would really want to get working it for 10, 15 minutes. But this is only pizza dough. Now, pizza dough, this amount of pizza dough here will make easily 6 or 7 pizzas, which I would find the odd week there, I'd make them up on a Sunday morning with the intention of using them during the week. They'll keep for 6 or 7 days, no problem during the week in the fridge, wrapped in cling film. So it's dead handy. You come home from work and your pizza dough is already made. It's only a matter of rolling it out, put your toppings on, bang in the oven, 15 minutes in the oven. Beautiful, beautiful dinner. So we need this now. When I say knead it, you want to work it, you want to stretch it out, roll it back up, and knead it again. I say knead in with the heel of your cup and push down on it. Really work it through. Now it does involve a wee bit of elbow grease, but everybody's got elbow grease. It's free. So roll it out again. It's sticky to start with, but it'll come now. And it becomes nice and stretchy and elastic. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So work it, stretch it out, roll it back, worth it. Bench is doing a wee bit of creaking here. But stretch it out again, roll it back, really get into it. It's amazing how quickly we'll get into this anyway. It'll just become second nature. Just keep turning it, kneading it, stretch it out, roll it back. And then shape it. I mean, seriously, that's all you need to do. Shape it, yeah, like that, and into a clean bowl where we let that rise. Now, what we're going to do is get you might use cling film or use a tea towel, damp it under a bit of water. Bring it out. And cover. Now you want to let that cover for 20 minutes, half an hour, and you'll see yourself it'll rise. Now I say put it in a warm place in the kitchen. Now if you're not going to use this straight away, you could put the bowl and all into the fridge. Yeast will always rise, but to say put it somewhere in a warm spot in the kitchen, it just, with the heat, it'll rise all that quicker. So I'm going to set this over here, and we'll come back, we'll be into putting the toppings on, putting the oven, and you're going to see how this is going to turn out. Right, okay, our half an hour is up, so our dough has risen, as you can see. So next what you want to do is to punch it out. And literally by punching it out, it means punch it out. So, down you go with the fist. So you have it like that. And sound effects are optional if you want to take your stress out on it, you can. So now we have our dough. So now you can give it a quick knead. It doesn't need much at all. It's more just to get it back into shape. And at this stage you want to tear off, for a pizza to go on that tray, you want to tear off a tennis ball size bit of dough, like so. So back in there for now. And again we want to a little bit of flour, not too much now, on our work surface. And you want to just shape this with your hands. I'm not going to get into the whole tossing the pizza around myself because I can't. So good old fashioned rolling pin. And you want to start rolling this out now. Listen, it doesn't have to be perfect circles. It's for your own dinner in the evening, or your own snack at night, or your own breakfast if you want it. But you want to roll it out roughly into a circle. Okay? And now you want this good and thin. Alright, so just keep turning it each time. Get roughly the shape you want. Now, perfect. This is a non-stick tray. If you don't have a non-stick tray, make sure you put a wee bit of oil on, just with a bit of tissue paper. And put the oil, a bit of kitchen paper, and put the oil on. So we take our dough, as you can sort of see, it's quite thin, onto the tray. And again, now you can shape it yourself. As I say, it's quite elasticy, so you can shape it roughly like that. Now the sauce, I use just ordinary shop bought pasta sauce. I mean, you can make up your own, surely, by all means, make it up. But what I do to it is put it into a blender, along with 1 clove of garlic, half a red chilli de-seeded, and a thumb-sized piece of ginger. Put it all in there, blitz it up, and you end up with something like that. Now you can use the plain sauce if you don't like any of that there, or you don't want to jazz it up. Use the plain sauce as it is, so 100%. Now pizza size, I only use a tablespoon roughly of sauce. Now you might think that's pretty measy, but if you start putting too much in these pizzas, because they're such a thin base, they're just going to go into a soggy mess. So spread this around as lightly as possible with the back of the spoon. I mean, you just want the flavour of it, basically. Now, roughly like so. So you have that like that, okay? And cheese, I mean, you can go mozzarella if you want, but good old fashioned cheddar for me, I'm afraid. So I just grate it off because again, if you have this pre-grated into a bowl or whatever and you go to use it, you'll find it'll start sticking together and it'll come out in clumps. And 9 times out of 10 you grate too much or you grate too little, so you're going to have to either go out again or just put some aside for the next day. I find if you just grate all in one go, there and then, on top of your pizza and spread that out. Again, you don't want to go too much cheese in this for the same reason as the sauce, it'll go too soggy. Now, toppings then is completely up to yourself. You're 1 topping, 2 topping, 3 topping, whatever. I go with mushrooms, so just scatter some of your mushrooms around. Doesn't have to be beautiful. It will taste beautiful, but it doesn't have to look beautiful. You know, as I say, these are things you're going to be for eating yourself or for your family eating. You don't have to be that fussy, let's face it. Now, I have in this here, for my own personal taste, spring onion and some red pepper, just cut up. It's very, very small. And let's say again, you don't want to go too much. The flavour will be there, trust me. Give it at this stage. I'll give it a wee twist of black pepper. Just an extra kick. And these here are lardons, bacon lardons. So buy a packet of them already cut up. So we use them on top. I find these are great. You don't have to pre-cook them or anything, they'll cook in the oven. So let's say 15 minutes now in the oven and you will have smashing pizza. Okay? So oven's already been on, preheated, up, full back. That goes in. 10-15 minutes, keep an eye on it. All ovens are different obviously, for heat wise, that's the fan assistant oven. So just keep a wee eye on it and you'll know yourself then. Now it's roughly 10-15 minutes in the oven and we're done. Now, just slide it out under a board. And this is good crispy pizza now. It's a thin base, beautiful hot pizza. And cut it however you wish. And that, folks, is very easy, very tasty. Look at that. Would you get that out of a packet? No. That's good pizza. That's good pizza.